Investors are rallying as U.S. stock futures trend upward amidst ongoing discussions about company earnings, the impact of tariffs, and the implications of a new Federal Reserve appointment. But here's where it gets controversial. How these factors intertwine could significantly influence the trajectory of the economy, interest rates, and even Bitcoin. The latest development involves President Donald Trump selecting Stephen Miran, the current head of the White House's Council of Economic Advisers, to temporarily fill the vacancy left by former Fed Governor Adriana Kugler, who resigned on August 1st. Miran's reputation as a critic of the Federal Reserve and a supporter of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin adds an intriguing twist to the political and economic landscape. Meanwhile, several companies reported their earnings after markets closed, providing more insight into business health and future prospects. Notably, Expedia, Pinterest, Sweetgreen, and Instacart shared results. Despite tariffs, General Motors announced it will continue sourcing Chinese-made batteries for its electric vehicles, signaling resilience in certain supply chains. As markets open, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average have increased slightly by 0.18%. Broader indices like the S&P 500 gained around 0.27%, and tech-heavy Nasdaq futures rose by approximately 0.30%, reflecting cautious optimism among traders. In corporate earnings news, some companies surprised analysts. Block showed a lower-than-expected second-quarter earnings per share, but still raised its full-year outlook. Pinterest sales beat expectations, although earnings per share missed estimates, and forecasted revenues for the upcoming quarter are optimistic. Expedia beat earnings forecasts and has upgraded its annual revenue guidance, mirroring a strengthening outlook for the travel industry. Artificial intelligence company SoundHound reported a narrower loss than anticipated and increased its revenue forecast for the year. The trade desk also exceeded expectations in the second quarter and provided positive sales guidance. On the auto front, General Motors remains committed to its Chinese battery suppliers despite ongoing tariffs, highlighting strategic resilience. Conversely, Sweetgreen reported underwhelming results and has revised its annual outlook downward. In contrast, Flutter Entertainment surpassed earnings expectations and has raised its full-year guidance, and Instacart enjoyed a robust second quarter with strong guidance, signaling confidence in the grocery delivery sector. However, not all news is positive. Nextdoor announced a 12% reduction in its workforce, cutting 67 jobs, alongside the departure of its CFO, illustrating ongoing restructuring efforts. Turning to cryptocurrencies, Stephen Miran's appointment as a new Federal Reserve governor has attracted attention because of his outspoken support for Bitcoin. On social media, he has expressed optimism about crypto's potential role in fostering innovation and possibly sparking another economic boom. A statement that sparks debate about the growing influence of digital assets in traditional economic frameworks. Medora Lee, a dedicated reporter specializing in finance and markets, covers these stories and more. You can reach her at atmjlee@usatoday.com and subscribe to our free daily money newsletter for ongoing updates, tips, and analyses every weekday morning.